going to do is we're going to look at gratitude. What are we grateful for? We have the Thanksgiving season, so we always think of what we're thankful for. Well, that's the same kind of word as gratitude or grateful. All of you have probably toilet paper. You have probably toilets that you can use in your home that flush. You have water. Unless your electricity's out for storm reasons, you probably have electricity. There's some places that don't. Some areas even in U.S. that people have to limit that. There's places all over the country that usually have places for people to go eat. The homeless shelters, the food banks. Some countries don't even have that. They might only get like one bowl of rice for their food. So we should be very, very thankful. We do have an abundance of stuff. When you open your lunch up, a lot of times, even if you might not like it, or dinner, maybe your parents put broccoli on the table. Maybe you go to your grandparents' house and they had peas. You might not like it, but it's there. It's actually healthy for you. You open up your lunch, maybe you have your favorite. Maybe you have a granola bar that's dipped in chocolate. So, basics that you might be thankful for. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a picture of what you are thankful, what you're grateful for. Here's a picture of mine, my family, my daughter and my son's what I'm thankful for. Could put my husband on there, not enough room, but I'm more thankful for them, I guess. All right, so identifying features for this. My daughter has red hair and green eyes. My son, younger, first grade, blonde hair, just lost her first tooth there. So there would be my family. If you look here, I cut out areas, my basic shapes, my hair, different stuff I cut out. That's called positive, negative. And if we look, here's my stamp. Whatever's raised up is my positive space. Whatever's cut away is my negative space. That's what you're going to kind of think of. Maybe I'm going to create a dog. Maybe I'm very thankful for my pet dog. So when I draw my picture, I'm going to draw out its shapes. Then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to take away. And that's where I have X'd out or colored out. Its tongue, its nose, its eyes, these little bites out of it. Its spots, maybe it's spotted. So I X those out so I know what I'm kind of taking away. I did this in marker, just so you can see it on the screen. You might want to do yours in pencil, so if you mess up, you can always erase a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to cut that out. And as I cut it out, I'm going to get this. So now I got to figure out what colors I want to fill in my negative space with. On mine, I filled in my eyes, my mouth. I cut out hair to put on top. So I have different areas. I decided here, maybe I won't cut that out. But that's because I'm flipping it over to the back. So now I have nice, clean area. And you're going to be gluing your stuff onto the area that has the lines. So when I cut out, maybe my full background's going to be red. But that one go. If I just glue that down on red, it really looks like a dog that has a bunch of bites out of it. Maybe like almost like a chocolate bunny at Easter time. Alright, so I got to figure out my layering of shapes. So on here, maybe my eyes are going to be white. Maybe my legs, because I said my belly. So I got to figure out here what I'm going to cut out. So I'm going to cut out areas. So I'm going to get my scissors. You can mark it with a pencil if you want. And figure out what you're going to cut out. There we go. So now I have this weird shaped triangle that's going to get glued underneath. So there's my white belly. Maybe I'm going to do a pink nose for my dog instead of a black nose. So I got to figure out a little bit bigger than that area. So maybe my tongue and nose is going to be pink. So I'm going to cut like maybe a little square out. See if that fits. Oh, I'm starting to get it there. And then I'll just glue this down. Just put a little bit of glue around the edge, if you see here, around the edge of where it's going to go. Don't just slather it all over the place. Wasted glue and also gets a little messy. I'm using a glue stick if you have liquid glue. You can use liquid glue, but a lot of times I'll take a paintbrush or a Q-tip or even my finger and rub it. So there's my nose and mouth. And if I want to then, which I might do at the end, but you would just put your outline, either crayon or marker, just kind of like what you had on the other side of our drawing. It's kind of what I'm doing there, just to make it a little more neater. So there's what kind of will come out as. And I'd keep going. Now I need to glue my legs on. So I had that belly, Maybe my eyes. Maybe they're going to be black, or maybe they're going to be white underneath. Different stuff. So I would keep going. I'll show you one my student did. They did one of their cat. And here's their cat. They did the exact same thing. They decided to do a cat. They did what I told about cutting the legs out. They did spots because their cat was black and white, so I guess they had a few spots on it. Oh, she missed one of her areas there. Alright, so, and then after she got that all glued down, she decided, oh, I'll add a little ball of yarn to it. She wanted this more like a Christmas picture. But even though it's a Thanksgiving and we're thankful and we're doing gratitude, she wanted more of a Christmas because she wanted to use this as a Christmas card later. So she decided to add the red ball into it to make it a little more Christmassier. Here's another student. He was thankful for Thanksgiving dinner. He actually wove. You know how to weave the over and under patterns. Over, under, over. He did that pattern with his paper to make a placemat. And then he did a Thanksgiving dinner. He was thankful for his Thanksgiving dinner. And so then he created a turkey leg and a spoon and fork and did all that. So right there's what you can do. And think about anything you're thankful for, your gratitude, your environment, something where you live at, maybe at school, maybe you're really thankful for your teacher you have. Alright? And then just keep it nice and neat. Figure out your colors, layer. As I said, I'm going to put this on the back of a red. So I still need to take my white spots, or maybe they're black spots, whatever color spots I wanted to do, and I could keep going for that. So, after I'm done with this, the students, what they did is they took a picture using an iPod. Do I have those pictures anywhere around here? I don't see them, but they took a picture of it and then they digitally manipulated it. One person, I think, one of them did a family photo. They did a photo and they wrote the words family over top. This one I think they did with percolator and did little spots and dots all over it. Wish I could find that. I'm not sure what happened to it. I had it sitting around here. But that is the lesson then for just the art part. Now the digital one, you just take a picture of it and use whatever app, and you take a picture of it, and then it usually has directions with it. You can change your picture up by using the iPads or camera, sometimes iPods, things like that. All right, have fun.